All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on into NorCal Sports Network. And the streak of visiting hats being worn by the host continues as the Giants fail again. We'll get into this game, break it all down for you, get your comments. But first, let us thank our sponsor of the show, Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in California. Give Chapman Law Group a call at that's the ticker. We don't want to go to the ticker. We want the phone number. There we go. 415-613-9483. Give Chapman Law Group a call for all your legal needs, especially if you got a personal injury situation. They specialize in that. Give Chapman Law Group a call and let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. All right, Giants find new ways to lose ball games, Dallas. After having a big lead, what seemed like a big lead, they cough it up, and they can't score with the bases loaded, nobody out, and it's like Tampa Bay's trying to gift them the game, and the Giants say, we don't want it.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. You can have it. We'll wait to see if you can score with a hit batsman. By the way, we hope Casey Schmidt is okay. Hopefully that's a funny bone situation and just lost the feeling in his arm, and it's going to take too long to get it back to bring him back in the game. So hopefully that's what it is, and it's nothing fractured, but we'll find out. If that's the case, man, poor Casey can't get a break. Every time he gets his shot to play third for extended period, it's hurt. So, Dallas, your takes tonight.
Well, I mean, at least they were in it, you know. There was a reason to watch up until the end. Of course, they blew it at the end, but this was a back and forth game. This was actually a real baseball game, where they the Giants got on the board first for once, and then the Rays matched them, and then they kind of went back and forth, and scoring 6 runs, that's pretty good. But unfortunately, at the end, the same old story. They have a chance with runners in scoring position and can't get it done. I mean, it's frustrating, and that's what else do you expect at this point? I mean, as a fan, I'm there hoping that someone's going to get a hit, but I'm like 95% sure that they're going to figure out a way to blow it. And of course they did. And it's unfortunate.
It is. There's always a silver lining, though, in a situation of a ball game. I mean, the Giants. The Giants led this game 3-1, and then 3-3 tied it, and they come back, take a 6-3 lead, and then immediately cough it back up the next inning. It's like, hey, we don't want the lead here. It's like almost like a hot potato. Here, you take it. I don't want it. I'm not used to what this feels like to win a game. So, guys, if you're really a true Giants fan, what do you want to see happen? There could be some positives if the Giants can finish this season out on a strong note, in a good way, in a crappy way, which means a good way. How about a 62-100 season? If you're going to fail, how about if you just do it right? Stop doing it half measures. Just completely fail. Don't go into this thing and finish with 80 wins and 82 losses again. How about 62 and 100? You know what happens with 62 and 100? All new coaching staff, new manager, a top 5 draft pick, which gives you a star potential and maybe helps you realize you're a lot further away than you think and you need to redo the whole thing. I don't want to see a 78 win team. I don't want to see an 80 win team. I either want to see a 90 plus win team or a 90 plus loss team, because then maybe the Giants will actually wake up. But the more they do this bull crap of sitting around and thinking they're a playoff team, they're just fooling themselves and they're fooling the fans and they're making it look like it's just gonna. We're right there. We're right there. We just need a break.
But and even a 78 win team is a failure.
Yeah.
Because they added pieces to this team. This is a better team on paper. So for them to finish worse than last year, even if it's 2 games worse than last year, that is a step backwards, and it's inexcusable. So they've spent more money. You know, they brought in bigger, better players, and they've underachieved. And they need to, that's an indictment on the coaching staff. It's an indictment on, there has to be changes. So, I mean, unless they go on a huge run here, I just don't see it happening. This is a prolonged funk, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better.
Yeah, and Beto says we need to start a petition to fire Melvin. I don't think the Giants fire Melvin midseason. It's just not, maybe the last week or 2 of the season, but I don't see them doing it now with a month and a half to go.
No, they won't. They won't do it till the end.
Yeah.
They won't even do it with 3 games left or whatever, like they did with Kapler.
Probably not, because I don't think they want to embarrass Melvin. Here's what I would see possibly happening. What do you think of this, Dallas? That Melvin and the Giants come up with some kind of, Bob's going to retire for some health reasons. And, it could just be stress, right? I mean, fatigue. It doesn't have to be, they don't have to describe
right.
what
they don't have to fire him. He could just step down and want to spend more time with the family. And
he's got some health concerns. It could just be the stress, let me see. Is my mic here? Let me just check here.
Well, who can blame him? I mean, it's stressful trying to manage this team.
Yeah, it's very, very it's so bad. Yeah, I mean, I would think, but that would be a way to save face. Okay, he steps down. The Giants just say, we're going to just keep him on payroll as the final year of his contract. He'd be a consultant,
advisor,
maybe help in the minor leagues when he's feeling better, and then just give him a way to, I don't think they really want to fire him. I don't think that Buster is looking at the idea, maybe even the possibility of firing. He needs to be fired, but I could see them doing it that way.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, Buster, he plays it pretty close to the vest. He's not going to announce or give you any idea of what he's going to do. So we're just not going to know, unfortunately. But I don't know. I hope they turn it around just so they can build some momentum going into next year, get some confidence for the younger players, at least have a little momentum. But you're right. If they do end up going on a run and getting up to, I don't even know if 85 is possible. So, they would have to have a heck of a streak, I think.
Oh, they're 59 and 63, correct? Yeah. They're 59 and 63. Okay. So my mic's good. Okay. There we go. I thought my mic. All right. So I don't know. 59 and 63 to win 85. They'd have to win 26 and
They got 40 more to play.
26 and 14. 26 and 14. Forget the 90. They're not going 31 and 9. Just to get to 80 is going to be a stretch because they got to play over 500 now to get to 80. And the more they lose and the ways they find to lose, the more it seems to pile on. And now they've got, 2 more with Tampa, but then they got to go to San Diego, who's not going to be letting up. Dodgers beat the Padres tonight 3-2, so they're tied for first. Dodgers always, always, always seem to win when their backs are against the wall. And hopefully the Padres can get them the next 2. But they've got a whole nother week next week. So, the Giants are going to be facing the Padres and then the Brewers, the 2 of the best teams in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't win the next 2 here on this homestand, that next road trip looks like a 2-5 at best type of road trip.
Yeah, well, if it ends up 2-5, that you might have to see a change. If the bottom just falls out and they just can't win anymore, then you might see something.
Yeah, Devers struck out 4 times tonight. Then he got that big hit. Did he strike out 4 times? Am I seeing that correct? He did. That's right. Ramos 7 times the top 2 guys struck out. 7 times. Wow. 10 more strikeouts for the team. Wilmer Flores comes up again. I told you guys. Greg says, take off that hat. What, do you want to see my bald head? I mean, come on, Greg. If I told you guys Wilmer is good for just pinch hitting. And some people think he should be playing on a regular basis because he was hot. He also was hot, but then he got cold. He was still playing.
Also, he missed a bunch of time, and then he comes back, and they just throw him into these critical situations when he's had just a handful of at-bats. Maybe they should start him one day just so he can get back in sync because he's just not the same Wilmer.
Yeah. Look, Wilmer's been a great Giant. I'm not really a huge fan. I like his hitting. I just don't like the fact that he can't run at all. And so he becomes very one-dimensional. He can hit, but he can't turn singles. He can't turn double. Wilmer knows how to turn doubles into singles because of his lack of speed. So I don't think he'll be back next year. I think there's a lot of guys that need to get off this team next year. If you look at the roster, let me take a look at that. Why don't we do that, Dallas? Let's
all right.
I don't have it up there, but I will pull it up on my phone and I can look at it. If we look at their roster, you want to look at the 26 or the 40?
Let's look at the 40.
All right. I'll give you the name. We'll do a little game here.
Yep.
Back, yes or no? Back for next year. You want him back? Let's do it this way. Let's do it. If you think he'll be back, won't be back, or if you want him back and don't want him back. So if the Giants keep him or move on. Okay, let's start with the pitchers first. Tristan Beck.
He'll be back. I don't care one way or another.
I'm with you. Hayden Birdsong.
Definitely back. We want him back. He'll get it figured out. Agreed.
Spencer Bivens.
Fine as a long man. No problem with him. But he's just a year-to-year guy. They just sign him and he's not expensive.
All right. How about Mason Black?
Mason Black, he'll be back, of course, but I think they should try to move him at some point because he's not going to be part of the future.
Yeah, I agree. I like Chandler Simpson. Yeah, I have him on one of my fantasy teams. Guy can hit for average, incredible speed. Guy's 100+ stolen base threat guy for the season. Jose Budo, who they got in the trade for Rodgers.
Yeah, they should bring him back. He's been fine. He's still arbitration years, so he'll be back.
All right. Johnny says cut Black. I can live with cutting Black. If I don't have to say Mason Black's name again as a Giant, I'm fine.
Yep.
Matt Gage.
I like him.
You like him?
Yeah, you could. He's fine. I mean, if you need a lefty, they should have him come to spring training and try to get on the team.
All right. Joey Lucchesi.
He's been good. He's been better than I expected.
All right.
He's a little more expensive though, right? So
yeah, I don't know. These guys are all journeymen in my mind. Trevor McDonald.
It's going to be, if they need a lefty, he might be there, but who knows where he'll go. Trevor McDonald, I've never really seen him, so
he's not bad. We'll give him a shot. He's in the minors. He's still young. He's only he's 25. But Eric Miller, he'll be back.
He'll be back. I personally don't much care for him. I think he's inconsistent, and he's but okay.
Robbie Ray
will be back.
Yeah,
we got him for one more year.
Randy Rodriguez, he'll be back.
Yep.
Landon Roop, he'll be back.
Yep.
How about Carson? See you later, Seymour.
Not a fan. I mean, they're not going to get rid of him, but he's going to just be one of these guys that languishes in AAA, and then
why?
Eventually
why, guys? Why? If these guys are making you 40, it just shows that your 40's weak. So Carson, Seymour, goodbye.
But he'll be off. They'll get him off the 40. They could DFA him today, and then he'll be back in the minors.
How about Kaiway hit the highway Tang? Told you guys.
I don't see him as a future piece.
Yeah. Told all you guys, and some of you guys were coming at me. He says, oh, hey, Dan, how's your highway Tang in your face after he pitched really well the previous outing? And I was like, just wait till he faces San Diego. Come at me then and see how he does. And the guy was, couldn't find the plate. All right, so Kaiway Tang. Blade Tidwell, don't know much about him, but he sounds like he's done some good things in the minors. He came over from the Rodgers trade. We'll hang on to him.
We'll probably see him pretty soon.
Yeah. Justin Verlander, nice knowing you.
Yeah, Verlander, he hasn't been good this year. If you could get him in a role where he's a fifth starter, he's just there to eat innings, fine. But the Giants are not that team because they need a third starter. They don't need a fifth starter. So he's just mismatched for the role, and they need to go a different direction.
Ryan Walker.
He's good. He's streaky, but good.
I'll let him come to camp, and if he has a bad camp, it's bye.
All right.
Logan Webb, he's coming back. He's a keeper.
Yep.
Wizen Hunt, he'll be back.
He'll be back. The jury's still out.
Yeah. Keaton win.
We've been waiting for him forever, so I don't know. I'm not high on him.
Yeah. Keaton win. Whatever. Patrick Bailey, nice knowing you, Pat. I don't want him back. I don't care what his framing's like. They're going to the ABS next year. That ain't going to work when he starts framing balls for strikes and they go.
Right. But you only get a couple of those, so
no, you get
be okay.
I think don't you get as many as you want until you're wrong? You get two.
You get two. Well, it depends, 2 or 3, depending on how they do it. But
you don't get.
You
don't get like unlimited if you're right.
If you're right, you get unlimited. Yes.
All right. Well, there you go. So this is Bailey's new. See ya. Andrew Kinzer, whatever. Tom Murphy,
Gone.
whatever.
Gone.
Willie Adames, he'll be back. And I'm fine with him back. See if he can bounce back.
Yep.
Matt Chapman, he'll be back. Do I want him back? No, I didn't want him in the first place.
Well, you're stuck with them unless there's some brilliant thing that goes on.
Yeah, we're stuck with him. I don't understand it. I don't know if his injury's real with his hand or if it's like an excuse. Like, it sure didn't seem to be bothering him when he was hot in Pittsburgh. All of a sudden comes home and he can't hit again. Is he really hurt? Maybe he is, but
Probably is.
I question it. I question it that if it's a convenient excuse, the season's lost. Let's just say Chapman had a rough, never really fully recovered from his hand. That's why he was been so, instead of chappy, so crappy. How's that?
Yeah, but he wants to play every day. He wouldn't sit out voluntarily, and Bob Melvin can't tell him to sit out. He doesn't have the ability to tell him no, so it's got to be an injury.
Yeah.
And in 7 days he'll be back, guarantee it.
Tyler Fitzgerald, I'm not. I don't have a lot of hopes for him, but I give him another shot. He's a utility guy. He can.
Yeah.
Don't let him start.
He's competent. When you have to have him come in and pinch run, or he's good. But if you needed someone to come in and play shortstop or second base or whatever, he can handle it for a couple of innings. And then they have him in the outfield too. They can throw him out there. So he's versatile. Right. But I was high on him coming into this year, and he was one of the biggest disappointments of the season. So he's got one more shot, and then that'll be it.
Wilmer Flores.
Nope.
See you, Wilmer. You were a good Giant. Maybe, I don't know. Did he have enough years here to get a star on the wall? What is it? 5 years?
I think it's 5 and an All-Star and 7 if you're not, or
something like that.
7 and an All-Star. I can't remember now.
Anybody in the chat know what the criteria is to get get a star out there in the behind McCovey, behind the wall back there? What is it? I think it's like 7 years as a Giant or 5 years in an All-Star or something like that. I don't know. Maybe somebody could look.
5 seasons with at least one All-Star selection as a Giant.
Well, is there never going to be another star out there again? Who's going to be All-Star in the future? Who's going to be an All-Star in this?
Ramos could.
Ramos is an All-Star if he gets 5 years. I don't think Chapman. Yeah. Oh, they might change it for Chapman because they'll be like, "Ooh, Chapman was here 7 years and he never made the All-Star team, but what a great Giant, an all-time Giant." Susan Slusser, Hall of Fame, Matt Chapman. Yay, 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 yay. Give me a break.
You have to get 9 seasons without an All-Star or 5 seasons with an All-Star.
Yeah. But
so
7 years of Matt Chapman and no All-Stars means he's not making the wall. Yep. Mark Gravy Graves says if you play 9 years as a Giant, you get a go on the wall. They're going to be changing that probably. Yeah. Schlusser. Yeah, she's like great evaluator of talent. I don't know how she became a head of sports writer. Unbelievable. Anyway, Christian Koss.
I like Koss. I don't think his ceiling is that high, but I like him out there. He brings some energy. He's kind of clutch.
Not a bad little player to have around. Can't rely on him on a daily basis, otherwise you're in trouble. If he's your starting second baseman for 100+ games, you're in real trouble. Casey Schmidt, I think we're all in agreement that he should be back. We want him back. He will be back unless they trade him for off-season for something of value. They might try to move him for a really good piece. Dominic Smith. I like Dom Smith.
I do too. The interesting thing, though, is that They're going to have Devers and Eldridge at first base going back and forth. One will DH one day, one will play first one day. That doesn't give a lot of space, but it would be nice to have Dom Smith off the bench to bring him in late in the game, defensive replacement. He could be a pinch hitter off the bench, and kind of a clutch pinch hitter and a good defender. So if they found a way to bring him back, I don't know if there's really room for that many first basemen, but maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not. If he learned to play the outfield, maybe.
Yeah. Brett Wisely. See you, Brett. Nice guy. So long. Harar, Encarnacion. See ya. Not on the 40, at least. Can't keep these guys on the 40. You got to add.
No, you can invite him to spring, and if he has another hot spring, but he just is not going to be able to stay healthy. It's pretty clear.
Right. All right, Drew Gilbert. Keep him on the 40, but he may be on the AAA next year. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready yet.
Jung-Hoo Lee will be back. If I got a decent offer for him, I'd trade him, but I don't think you'll get much offer for him. You know what ticks me off? Let me go on a little rant right now. By the way, with the Giants fans, why are you chanting Jung-Hoo Lee, Jung-Hoo Lee, Jung-Hoo Lee? This guy's like a wimpy little hitter that doesn't know how to bunt, that is just average at best, and you don't even cheer for your homegrown guys. Like you dog a guy like Casey Schmidt, who's only in his third year. You should be cheering for these guys. I can get why you're not behind Bailey. Bailey's hard to stomach. But Ramos is another guy. You should be getting behind Ramos, even though he's had a rough year and some mental mistakes. He's still a good player. He says, Jung-Hoo Lee, Jung-Hoo Lee. Hey, by the way, guys, after we finish this exercise, I'm going to bring up the all 30 team standings, and we're going to look at the Giants. And we're going to look at the Giants in a way, can they earn a top 6 draft pick this year? So we move on to Marco Luciano. He's not going to be on the – well, he's going to either be on the team next year. Yeah, he's got to be on the team next year or he's gone. And Matos – same situation. I almost don't know what to say about these two guys. We never really saw them get a full run, and maybe they're not it.
Maybe they've decided they're not it.
Yeah.
You know, when they brought up
I don't trust
what's
them.
What's his name? Gilbert. That's basically saying that Matos and Luciano are not ready. So I think we're just done with them.
I don't trust their judgment at all to make a decision. They didn't like Casey. They didn't like Ramos. Those are 2 of your 4 best players. And they didn't like Ramos. They were ready to pass on Elliot Ramos last season. He wasn't going to get a shot until 3 outfielders went down in 1 week, Lee, Slater, and Conforto. They were ready to move off of Ramos. He became an all-star. Casey Schmidt, they never gave him a full shot at second base this spring. They didn't even they were dead set on Fitzgerald. Wasn't even an open competition. So I am not in any way trusting the Giants' judgment of trying to evaluate talent. Look, they continue to play Bailey. They signed Chapman, who I could see was a strikeout artist. All you got to do is watch his games with Oakland and Toronto and see what he was. He'd have hot streaks, but his swing path, he doesn't change. Nobody changes their swing approach on this team. I was watching carefully tonight the Rays with 2 strikes. They were choking up on the knob. They were choking up. And the Giants players don't do that. They just keep swinging or taking called strike threes. So I don't trust them when it comes to Luciano and Matos. I kind of hope Luciano and Matos move on to another franchises and they become world beaters. Both of them become perennial all-stars. And I hope one of them becomes like a George Foster, because for what the Giants have done is absolutely asinine. When your team sucks and you can't play guys to evaluate them to see if you're part of your future or not, then how do they, look, Matos could be it. He may not be it, but I don't know. And it looks like he may not be a guy. He may not be a guy, right? It looks like the same with Luciano. But
yep. I thought they were going to trade Yaz and give Matos a shot the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Just to see if he's got it, but they're not going to do that. So
nope. Yeah.
He's going to be one of these guys that hits 300 in AAA and then never gets a shot at the bigs. But, they have to make a move. He's going to be able to get picked up somewhere else.
Yeah. How about Grant McKay?
He just needs to be parked in AAA until he can get his strikeouts down to 25% or lower. You can't have a guy coming up and striking out over 30% of the time. It's just not going to work. It's not feasible. So he's not big league ready, and they've rushed him up here because they need a little bit of speed, but you got to be able to get on base to do that.
All right. How about Wade Meckler? There's no spot for Meckler.
No, I mean, spot. I've seen so little of him, but everyone says he can hit.
All right.
But he's not hitting enough to come up here.
Yeah, I'm tired of non-athletic players. Elliot Ramos definitely should be back, and I think we want him back. Same with Devers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
So I think we went through. There's at least a third or a quarter, I should say, at least 10 of those out of the 40 that we mentioned that we could be completely gone with and be happy with. As far as like Mason Black could be one, Seymour, Ting, there's 3 right there, right? Verlander, 4. There's 4 right there. And then maybe one of Beck, Bivens, Gage, Lucchesi, or Wynn. One of those guys at least. And you're looking at 5 right there. Bailey and Kinzer, I don't want any of them back. Murphy, but they'll bring Bailey back. They will. But there's definitely Kinzer.
They will. They need a catcher. They don't have any. They have a very.
Yeah,
they have
they're
no
going to bring
catchers.
him back. 6. So there's 6. Flores, 7. Wisely, 8. Encarnacion, 9. They'll keep McRae on the 40 though. They're not going to. They're not going to DFA him. Yeah, there's probably one other there. There's at least 9 to 10. Okay, so there we have it. So, all right. So let's let me get something done here with. All right. So this is a rough team, a really, really rough team. Oh, we got a super chat in here. Let's get to the super chat. The big 25, so $5. The third inning at bat by McKay was typical of this team's hitting. Uppercut swing, breaks bat, and then falls down backwards in batter's box. Yeah, that was rough. The guys are all swinging for the fences. It's hard to watch. Very hard to watch. What else do we got here? The standings. I want to get you guys to the standings right here. And I want to look at the overall standings of Major League Baseball, and let's see exactly where the Giants are on the overall spectrum we'll bring this up. And as we bring this up, we're going to bring in the captain of the ship. Let me bring let's first bring in the captain. We welcome in the captain to the show. There he is, the skipper on Gilligan's Island. Hey, Skip.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? Sorry I'm late. I saw the #1 yacht rock group tonight, and it was delayed because Huey Lewis in the News, 2 trumpets and a guitarist came on stage with them. So they did 4 songs of Huey Lewis.
Oh, so, nice. Did he? Yeah. Which ones did Huey do?
No, not Huey. The trumpet guy, the bassist, and then the guitarist. So they felt obligated. But, it was still pretty cool to
so it was Huey, the News.
It was the News, but not Huey, yeah. But it was a group called Yachtly Crew. And what was nice is they were scheduled to play in a huge place, and they changed it to a real small place. So, it was one of those things. And then I got all excited. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I'm just going to ask this. But I saw the bases load in the 8th inning, no outs. And then I heard Africa, and I come back, and the Giants got out of the inning. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Were you surprised, Lou?
No, everything happens for a reason. The Giants are just, I don't know how big of a crowd it was. I was looking through my phone, but
almost 35 announced.
Yeah, announced. That means about 25.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is with the Giants, and I bring this up a lot, and then I'll let you guys talk, is the shutdown innings. They don't exist with the Giants pitching. And we had a talk probably about a month ago, and we asked, who do you think other teams would want of the Giants? And if you guys remember that, I said we probably had about maybe 3 or 4. We're down to 4 guys that could play on another team. And by the way, Dan, I'm so sorry that my finger hurts. I'm so sick of these excuses with Kratman. His name has come back. I've never seen anything. Like I wrote Susie, I go, oh, this is why he's been shitty all year, and he's 6 for 81. She goes, he's not that bad. I go, check the stats. And then I never heard back from her. Okay. It's just every excuse to make him look good. It happens. But, let me take off my my hat.
There we go.
Yeah, I think it's just sort of, it was sort of tough. No, it was not Mustache Harbor. This is I just said it, Yachtly Crew. They're a little bit better. But it was just one of those things where, the Giants are going to have a big problem because beside the Cubs and the Dodgers, they're not going to get anybody out there. And I think they're not even going to get anybody out there when they have the Willie Mack Award, on that Friday. I mean, who wants to go see the Giants in Colorado on a Friday night?
Yeah.
Especially you might see a win. Season. Maybe.
Might see a win. Yeah, hey, that's a big maybe.
I'll tell you, speaking of Colorado, right now the Giants are in – have I moved them to 4th place yet? Oh, wait a minute. I got to move them to 4th place.
Standard.
Let me put them back
in a row.
Hold on. This will be year 4. Let me put the Giants where they feel more comfortable.
Permanently.
Yeah. I don't think it's permanently, Lou. I think –
no, there's no way Colorado can catch
Not this year. I think within the next 2 years after this, that the Giants could fall to last in the division. I'll move it later. But let me go over the standings for you guys. Let me pull this up. And
how are they in the wild card?
Oh, who cares? Who cares?
They're so far down. They need a telescope to look up.
Here we go. This is overall. The Giants, how close can we get to getting a bottom 6 team? That's the goal going forward if you're looking for a good draft pick. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cutoff is the A's. There are only 4 games separating the A's and the Giants from, I guess it's like 5 right now, but the Giants have a shot. If the Giants can focus and really get themselves in the right frame of mind, this is where we want the Giants right here. 62 and 100, 62 and 100, 62 and 100, 62 and 100. Just everybody with me. Subliminally, let's make this happen. 62 and 100. 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 Make it happen. And then, Senior, we can do this. We can do this. This is the new cry of a San Francisco Giants fan that wants to see a real draft guy play here. 62 and 100, everybody. Hey, 62 and 100. 62 and 100. 62 and 100. 62 and 100. There we go. That's, hey guys, they can do this. That's only 3 more wins. 3 more wins. That is not asking too much. Let's get the 62 and 100 hats going for North.
Yeah, there you go.
Network.
Good call, Mark.
62 and 100. 62 and 100. Come on. Look, guys, if you're gonna lose let's do it good. Let's do it good. Says this is the same guy that he said don't get triggered. So this is the guy that at least he puts his same picture in there. We've sent him packing twice. Your negative boomer energy is what has brought the Giants down. Verlander, Melvin, Chapman are all time. Now he's such a troll. Oh, that's great. You know what? Let me ask you, because I'll bring you on the show. Do you do stand-up comedy? Because I could use some stand-up comedy right now for this show. Are you a stand-up comedian? Because all-time Giant greats, yes, that is. Giovanni says the Giants are a professional baseball club. They don't get paid to lose on purpose. That's okay, Giovanni. I know they don't get paid to lose on purpose. Can you just repeat it with me? 62 and 100. 62 and 100. 62 and 100. Come on, everybody. I mean, let's go for it. Let's just go for the 62 and 100.
You remember the last time the Giants went 62 and 100?
Was it 96?
85.
84. Yeah, I was going to say like 84 before Roger.
Yeah, what followed though was Will Clark, baby.
Baby.
Will Clark and Robbie Thompson. That's what brought you. Come on, there's some value in being 62.
Beto. I like Beto.
Yeah. Come on, guys. We're not that far. We can get into the top 6. You might even get the number 1 draft pick. If you're going to do this right, Buster and San Francisco Giants, do it right. Don't give us this 78 win crapola and making everybody feel good at the end when you rattle off 8 to 9 and you all of a sudden get to 79 wins or 80 wins and you're like, yeah, we were 70 and we were 72 and 81 and we won 9 straight. We're 80, let's not play that game. We've been fooled by this.
Excuses. Yeah, the excuses.
I want look, they're not. Hey, Aaron Loss says 61 and 101. He got that kind of has a nice
better
ring
ring
to it. I don't know, 61 and 100 or 62 and 61 and 101. That's cool. That's cool.
Hey, Dan, you said something the other day. I forgot what it was. Maybe Dallas can refresh my memory. You said if they lose all 9 home games, you were going to do something. And I said, well, they already lost the first game of the homestand yard. If they go 1-8.
What was I going to do? Shave my head? I already did that.
No, it's something else. I can't remember. Oh, I think you said you were going to wear a Dodger hat for the rest of the season.
Oh, not the rest of the season. No, I said I'd wear it one time. Oh, God.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Oh, shoot. That's a bet. Oh, crud.
Doesn't affect me. I just know what you said on the chat.
Rather shave the head, guys.
It's already shaved. That's not really much.
I know. 69 wins. No, the Giants couldn't enjoy 69 wins. They would the Giants would get 68 or 70. They couldn't do it. They couldn't land on 69 and actually have some fun, could they? No. They will figure a way to look, guys. If Casey Schmidt is out for a while, hopefully not, but if he's down and Chapman's down, it could be. They seriously, I don't think they have a shot at losing 100, but they could lose easily 90.
But look at the rest of the schedule. They don't have any gimmies.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Casey Schmidt got hit on the elbow tonight.
Is that why they pinch run for him?
Yeah, it was his right elbow, his throwing elbow. The pitch came inside, and he was like,
and he has protection on his left hand, not his right one, right?
Yeah,
because
hit him right, and he went down like down for the count, like a knockout. He was in pain. That has to hurt. My only hope is that it's a funny bone and it's like a contusion. Maybe I'm hoping that it just hit that funny bone where you've a stinger and you get your whole arm and you can't move it. And then it comes back, we'll see, but
probably fits and costs tomorrow. But
that's exciting with Verlander pitching.
Yeah, I'll just keep this hat right here. This is one of the worst hats. I don't like the look of it. I got a cheapie. I didn't buy, the 3930 that has the one with the like this. It's got the, got the stretch fit. This one has
stretch fit where you can wear it backwards.
It's an adjustable. Doesn't even have a bill. It's like there's no even bill. Like I have to stick this thing in there just to make it stick on the wall to give it a little. It's a crappy hat, but I was buying all the hats at one time, and it was like I was trying to buy them on sale, and I thought I'll never buy it. This is just for purposes of hanging. I'll never wear this hat in public. I don't have tuberculosis. I mean, come on. TB. What is this? Tom Brady? What is this? Their real logo? Is this what they wear every time? Don't they have a normal hat? TB?
I don't know.
I don't like their hat. It's plain. It's blue, like a weird blue. It's just plain. Just give me a real hat. I mean, I don't know. They've got to have a better hat than that. So I'll go back to my Niner hat here for the rest of the show.
Hey, Dan, I just wanted to say something to senior softball. I met Marcus, great guy, met him yesterday. This is why NorCal, not only do you get tickets, you also get gift certificates. So just in case the team isn't great, you still get to enjoy a game at the thing, free beers, and then you have 2 restaurants you can join. You see, that was all Dan's idea.
You met Marcus?
Yeah, I gave him the gift certificates for Capo's and Tommy's. So he's all excited. He's taking his, I think it's his stepfather. It's his 75th birthday. So they're going for the birthday. And I'm going to probably ask my guy if he can go down and maybe give the dad a bobblehead as a way. Maybe they have bobbleheads for, Baltimore Orioles. We can give them instead of a Giants bobblehead, but we'll see what we can do. But hey, it was for a great cause. It's just luck of the draw. Last year we went to, I met a great guy, Stuart from Sacramento, him and his family. And we went to Atlanta and we called Dan after the top of the first. The Giants were down 6-0. That's how the game started. It's like, what am I supposed to say? You can't win.
Yeah, super chats were low that night. I bought the Tampa Bay hat. Yep. Need to, come on, guys. Got to bump up the super chats so I can eat. But I mean, seriously, we're talking. We're kind of joking about this 62 and 100, having some fun with it, right? I mean,
yeah, you got to.
I mean, honestly, they're 59 and 63. They're not going to lose 100 games. I mean, they should be able to. I mean, they should be able to throw Koss out on the mound for the rest of the year and win 3 games. But
I don't know if
seriously,
they can get to. I don't know if they can get to 75. The more you look at
I
that
think
schedule,
75 might be a stretch.
just because of who they play and when they're playing them. I mean, they're going to San Diego, and for 4, that's going to be tough. They got Milwaukee on the road. They got to come here for Cubs, where all these other teams need the games. The Giants
Speedy
don't
like
need
62 and 100. I think some real Giants fans want to see them lose, not because they want to see them lose to lose. They actually want some change. And when you get bad enough, you can get better quicker. Because remember, it's not just the first pick that you're getting at the top 5 pick, or you're getting every round, you're getting higher up. The Giants, if they got 2 or 3 good picks that were college stars, we're seeing college players come out now and make an impact the first year. I mean, some real stars, guys like Skeens and Kurtz, and we saw what's his name, Wyatt Langford, come out for Texas. Evan Carter came out first year, was pretty good. They've kind of stumbled, but Giants just need 3 or 4 good young players to make it all about the same time, that are everyday players, and a couple of pitchers. And they're not, baseball and basketball, you need 3 great players, right? You can turn your team around with 2 to 3 great players, superstars. If you can do that, you got 60% of your starting lineup. But baseball, you don't even need superstars. You just need, look at the Brewers. The Brewers are doing it with, who's their star? Churio? He's a second-year player. Jackson Churio?
Well, a couple of the veterans are actually having good years, but they're healthy.
Right.
They got the former MVP.
You're talking about Yelich, yeah.
Yelich
and then Andrew Vaughn is having a kind of a big year coming back, but
they got their poison out of the way. Adames, you see the team's a lot better without him. And then they got that stud pitcher. Unfortunately, he's hurt, but that kid's a rook. They're good. They got a great pitching staff. They're like 4 deep, and then they're like probably 4 deep in the bullpen. I mean, they're good. There's a reason why you got to be good when you win 2 12-game streaks in a year. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So let's get to the stars of the game tonight. I don't know.
You guys
Lou,
can do it. I'll just
bow out since you didn't see it. Dallas, give me your 3 stars.
All right. Well, Adames with the home run. We'll give him 1. We've got. Now it gets tough. Dom Smith, 2 for 5 with an RBI. He had a couple of good at bats. And let's see. Last one we'll go to. I can't give it to any of the pitchers, I don't think. I mean, some of them were okay, but that's just kind of rough. They just couldn't keep them in it. Let's go with Bailey. He knocked in 2 runs, had a big hit. So
no costs.
Oh yeah, he had a good game. I'll leave him for you.
All right. Well, I thought you'd take all the good guys and I could take the other good guys. Let's see how I can do this. How about if I take my number 3 star? I'm going to go with Rafael Devers. It's not easy to strike out 4 times in one game. So that's quite a feet. So
but he did manage to hit one all the way to the wall that would probably be a home run anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it would have tied the game.
Yeah, but not here. Here. So.
And Dan, by the way, 5th time he struck out 4 times this season.
Okay, well that's
sort of pretty good. So
it's consistent. It's consistent. So we like that. And I'm going to go with. Did you already pick Dom Smith?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you pick? You didn't pick Koss. I'll give Koss a star for 2 for 2, an RBI, base on ball. So Christian Koss hitting 265, playing good baseball. So Christian Koss. And my number 1 star, I'm going to go with Grant McCray, not McKay, because he didn't strike out tonight in 2 at-bats. And we like progress here at NorCal Sports Network. So Grant McCray, he gets his name back. He's not Grant McKay tonight. He's Grant McCray. And anytime Grant comes up in a ball game and gets more than 1 at bat and doesn't strike out, he gets a star on NorCal Sports Network. So hang a star. There we go. So those are your 3 stars. And, are you guys getting a picture of when you watch other teams? I don't know if you guys watch a lot of other games. I tend to, because I enjoy baseball. Plus, I'm in a couple of fantasy leagues, and so I like to watch what's going on and stuff like that. But do you guys notice some of the other teams that we face? They have players, the caliber that we just don't get. Like, for example, tonight, if you watched, you saw Chandler Simpson leading off. The guy's got incredible speed, no power, but he's perfect for our park. In fact, he goes 3 for 5 in our ballpark, steals a base.
Perfect leadoff hitter.
Yeah,
something we don't have.
Perfect. Another perfect hitter, leadoff hitter, is Xavier Edwards, leadoff hitter for the Marlins. 300 hitter, 30-plus stolen bases, plays a great second base. This is what the Giants, in my opinion, really need to focus on in the offseason, is go trade for one of these teams that has an elite leadoff hitter with speed and athleticism. Especially if you're going to leave the dimensions the same. If you're going to leave the dimensions the way they are, gosh darn it, you better go get some guys that can actually get on base and actually steal bases and have the top of the order guys that make contact so that they move them over. A guy like Lee could bat second, for example, and hopefully move the guy over if the guy gets on base and steals, like a Simpson or like a Xavier Edwards. I don't think you can probably get any of these guys. You might be able to get Edwards out of Miami, but
Dan, I have a question, because you said we only have 4 good players. Who are we going to trade to get these guys?
Yeah, you're going to have to trade somebody of
because
value.
You remember the whole chat and the whole entire YouTube has been pissed at you, saying, why would you trade Webb? You were the first to say trade Webb and get assets because they're not a winning team with him, and people got pissed. Oh, no, we got to keep Webb. Like our buddy Robert, you got to keep Webb. He's part of the greatest pitching staff in the world. And it's one of those things. If we're down to 4 players, I just don't know if any of these players we're going to be able to get anybody. That's all I'm saying. When you're down to 4, I mean, I just don't know what we're going to do. I think this offseason, Buster is going to have to decide, what the hell did I get myself into? Because I am stuck here and it's worse. I made a few mistakes and now I'm buried. I don't know what to do. I mean, they obviously, the way they're playing, they can't keep the coaching staff. They got to get rid of all of them. Manea, you're gonna have to fire him and get somebody else. And I think maybe Buster, if Buster has the balls, he says, guys, we made a mistake. We're going to take a step back. We're going to go young. Be patient. And if he said that, people would be okay with it. We would know where our lane is. We're in the slow lane. We're going to work to get over to the second lane. But when you guys have guys like Larry Bear and them saying, oh, We are playing the youth, which is a lie because they don't. They got to do something. I'm just hoping, Buster, because this off season, it's going to be brutal. Because you've been saying it for the last couple of nights. I've been saying it a while. I don't want the same team next year. Why? And I don't want it. I don't want to hear the same excuses. Oh well, Chapman got hurt. Chapman, give me a fucking break. He's been shitty the whole time. Are you telling me because his arm hurts, his back, that's why he's hitting so bad? No. That's the back of the baseball card. Adames, admit you made a mistake. Build the team around him, and Chapman, do whatever it takes just to try to get better. You got Devers at first. Hopefully, and I'm hoping Eldridge is above average, because if he's only like I said, like a Brandon Belt, this team's going to be in the same situation. All it is just another player.
He's got to be a
40-man roster.
He's got to be a star. Exactly. I think we need to start doing so far, like, I'm looking for, maybe we'll do, you know what? Let's, what do you think of this, Lou? We don't have a ton to talk about with this ball club, and it gets old. How about instead of, we'll do our stars. But how about if I got a little star button right here. I can star everybody's comment. How about if we do our 3 comments, our 3 best comments of the night in the chat?
I like it.
And we'll start giving away maybe some shirts or something like that to the number 1 star. Right now, this is
anything but the Tampa Bay hat. People will be happy with.
Yeah. This is the number 1 comment I've seen, because somebody's saying Casey's this or that. Casey ain't the problem. The problem is our players who are making millions aren't doing jack whatever, and we have a AAA catcher. Yeah, that is so true. The guys making millions, who are those guys? Chapman, Adames, and Lee. I mean, Devers, I don't think you can really, he didn't start off great. He's coming around.
He's the only guy I would actually watch to play.
Yeah.
Like, you sort of get excited when he gets up there, because you have a feeling, hey, if he makes contact, it's either a double off the wall or it's a homer. So.
Yeah, the guy, yeah. I mean, excuse me, but I don't think, and this is, we had Ned on the other night. What do you guys think is going to change next year? What do you think is going to change if they, and they will? Yeah, as Ibrahim says, even the damn seagulls stopped watching.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. There's hang a star on that one. What are we going to do next year? Like, what's going to be different? Like, Eldridge is going to be the difference next year? I mean, this year it was Lee and Adames, right? And then it was Devers. So next year it's going to be we got Devers for the full season. That's going to be, this year it was, we got Lee for the full season, which is going to be different, Hey, Tim, see, there's a difference between you and me, Tim. I like to think outside the box so that the people who don't think outside the box, it might put an idea in their head. I don't say this so much for the chat. I say this hoping that the Giants actually, somebody gets this news to them, because you know what? They're eating the last 3 years of Matt Chapman's contract. Okay? Next year is year 2. Right. They're eating the last 3 years of his contract. $75 million. He's going to be unplayable at that time, and he's going to be, he'll be serviceable. But if you think he's striking out at 32 a lot, wait till he's 35 and his bat speed's even slower. Okay? That just a tick of a whatever, 100th of a second, just that is going to make the difference of him not being able to turn around and because of the bat speed, what else is going to go is the home runs. Instead of those balls that go 395, they're going to go 385, and they're going to be dying on the warning track. So you just get this in your head. You're eating the last 3 years of the contract. So why not get this front of the deal? See if you can get Chapman to agree to a trade and pay half of the contract to a team that will take him, because no one's taking Matt Chapman on in baseball with his contract, period. Nobody wants dead weight, but they will pay $12.5 million a year for 5 years. That's only 60, what? 12 million times 5 is what, 60?
60.
So, yeah. So someone will pay that for the next 5 years. What they're not paying is 120 million of it. So, and Tim, I already know people with the Giants listen to me. Okay. So you can call me delusional all you want, but I already know they listen. So take that, my friend.
So let's go around and see where you can improve this team, because everyone says, well, yeah, we need to add 3 or 4 good hitters. That's what everyone says. And it's a little bit hard to find a place for them. Because if you go around the infield, first base, if Eldridge is there and Devers is there, you got first base covered. Second base, if you move off of Schmidt, maybe you can fill somebody in there. But they're high on Schmidt, and we all should be, because he was like the one bright spot this season. Shortstop is locked up long term. Third base is locked up long term. Now, if you could do some sort of magic where you can move Chapman and you pay some of his salary, you're not going to pay as much as you said, but if you find some creative way to move him, some team that has ungodly money needs a third baseman, and for some reason that, they could make that work, then great. Then you can move Schmidt to third. You have a spot at second base where you could get somebody to fill in there that could hit. Now, maybe second base, you don't find a big bat at second base. There's some out there. I don't know the free agent market this year. It's going to be tough, but you could always move Adames to second base and get a shortstop. So there's a little wiggle room there if you're able to move Chapman. Then you got the outfield. Ramos, he's been one of your best hitters this year. He's got leading the team in average at 267. I think you want Ramos out there. Homegrown, cheap, pretty good. He's probably going to bounce back from his sophomore slump. He'll probably have a better season next year. Jung-Hoo Lee's locked up long term. Now, you could sign another outfielder and make Jung-Hoo Lee a utility outfielder guy, fourth outfielder. If you found someone to bring in there better than him.
Are you going to pay a guy $19 million though to be your fourth outfielder?
No, you're probably not. So I guess you have to look at right field. If center and left is taken, we have right field. So right field is the one area they could sign somebody this year. Right field and catcher. Catcher, it's been a couple of years now, and there's room for improvement there. And if they could make a move there, that's an area. So you got the Chapman possibility, somehow moving him. That's a long shot. But you got catcher and you got right field. That's what you can add. And the other place you can add is starting pitching. They don't have enough starting pitching with Verlander gone. You could probably get 3 starting pitchers of various classes and rely on the pitching once again to carry you, because there's only 2 spots really to improve the team if you're, realistically. Now you could get creative and more creative than I am and really like package guys together and moves and get some big deals moving. I probably don't see that happening, because it's going to kind of admits defeat where you sign these guys and then you move off of them 1 year later. Not likely. You could move one probably. You could probably move Chapman because he just came in. He wasn't the president of baseball operations then. He just kind of came in and closed the deal, and he could probably save face and move Chapman and get away with that, and that frees up one more spot of wiggle room. But other than that, if you can't move Chapman, then you've got catcher and right field. And then if you unless you don't like Schmidt, so those are the only options. So they're kind of locked in a lot of places. So they're going to have to try to improve incrementally, add a couple of pieces this offseason, and then beef the pitching up and then hope that people have a better year next year, because a lot of these guys they're stuck with, unfortunately. Now, if they're good, then great. We're all happy here. But
she didn't bring up the idea of bringing Yaz back. This woman, is she drunk? What's going on? Come on.
Is that true? I didn't hear that.
Oh my goodness.
Not true.
Oh gosh. I think it is true.
Yeah,
I think it is.
He's cheap.
Yeah. Hey, maybe you can get him for $8 million instead of $9 million next year. That'd be a bargain. What do we got in this chat going on? I see somebody talking about a bet until 100,000. What is Tim Schmidt? What's his deal in the chat here? Beto, never forget 62 and 100, 62 and 100, 62 and 100. I kind of like, it's kind of like 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. It's like 62 and 100, 62 and 100. I kind of like it. Yeah. Please.
It's got it so bad.
Let's see what else we got here. All right. Somebody said, what's going on in fantasy? They want to see who cares about the Giants baseball. What's happening in fantasy and who's in first place? Well, that would be me. San Francisco Giants. Rather watch Valkyries basketball. That's the name of my team. There it is. Points 6602 after tonight. Marcus, the guy you met today, Lou.
Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday, on my tail.
Yesterday.
Talladega Nights. Grandson of the Win. That's Mike. Senior softball games. 4th place. Asian Alliance and dropping fast. That's Glenn. He was in first place the first half. I've got Glenn finishing no higher than 10th. I think he finishes closer to 12th. If I was a betting man, which I do bet sometimes, I think Glenn's got a very good shot at finishing in dead last place. From worst to first, I could see it. He has no pitching innings left. He used them all up before the All-Star break. Cliff Martinez, he will pass Glenn by the weekend's end. He actually is only about 19 points behind him. He will be passing him. The big green weenie, that is Will B. He is moving up. D is nuts. That's some Mission Rock Giants. That's Eric. He will be moving up because he has a lot of innings left. So you get a point for every out. So the more innings and there's a limit. So, and Robbie Dizzle, that's Robbie DeVille. Ibrahim, he will be moving up. And then the real Dilly, he's got a ton of innings left. So, yeah, Glenn is sinking like a ship right now, and he will not finish.
Like the Giants. He's a fan of the Giants.
Yes. Like the Giants, yes. What's this? $800 dishwasher, and the 1 hour wash option is always 2 hours, 28 minutes. How the hell does that work? Off topic, sorry. And the 1 hour wash option is always 2 hours. I don't know, Kyle.
The problem is that with the appliances, they've had to make everything energy efficient now. So they all suck. So the dishwasher you have now can't dry for crap. And the one you had 20 years ago is better. So that's the reason.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Kyle. We're getting there as my blood count gets better and better by the week. So, yep. Tomorrow. Oh, what was this? Eldridge pinch hit in his last at bat tonight. Could he come up tomorrow? August 16th. He could still retain his rookie status. Why not? Let's see what he's got for a month and a half. Super
6:05
sticker.
game. He's got time to make it.
Where was the game at?
Texas.
Oh, he was pinch hit 4, not pinch hit. He didn't pinch hit.
Because tomorrow night's a night game for the Giants.
Yep.
Oh, I got to wait for tomorrow night to deal with another loss. Why can't we just get it out early in the day so I can just move on and go have a nice dinner? I got to watch them during dinner now. I can't go out to dinner. I got to watch the Giants again. Got it. You can't go out to dinner and, watch the game on your phone. It's kind of like you're not engaged. You're there, but you're not present. Kind of. That's not good. So, all right, guys. I've had enough. What do you guys say? You guys had enough for tonight?
You got one more super, Dan.
Oh, we got another super. Okay, that's super duper. Oh, yes, beautiful. X-rays negative on Schmidt. Thank you, Jeff. Good to hear that word. Really appreciate that. When Chapman goes on the 60, bring up Galvello. Who's Galvello?
He's the third baseman on the River Cats.
Is his name Galvello?
Yeah, 315, 900 OPS in the last 28 games.
Why haven't I heard of Galvello? He's not anywhere on the 40 or nothing.
Not on the 40.
Galvello.
But he's been moving up. He started out in high A, and he's now in triple A.
Okay. Any relation to Galileo?
Yeah, he's his great grandson.
Wasn't Galileo part of San Francisco or something?
Galileo.
Huh. All right. Well, there we go. Chapman, yeah, put him on the 60. Just how about we put him on the 86? Can we 86 Chapman? Jeez. It's going to go down as one of the worst signings. And it's all on Buster, man. This team has a lot of, I'll say this before we end. Buster could have chose to let Chapman go out the door and chase the free agent market and see what he was going to get. He would have never got a no trade clause. He would have never got that contract from any one of the other 29 teams. There's not a one team that would have signed Chapman to 6 years for $151 million with a no trade clause, because the crappy teams weren't going to do it, and the good teams are too smart. Okay, they weren't going to do it, and no one's going to want to take him even in a trade unless the Giants are willing to pay for part of the salary. So you got that.
They're not.
You got that for Chapman. I mean, for Buster. You got the Yaz signing for Buster that we all said, why are you offering this guy a contract? Just let him be a free agent and you can renegotiate it. You want to sign, you don't have to sign him for 9.2. You could have just said, we're not signing you. And if you want to come back and sign for $5 million, fine, we'll sign you. There's two. Lamont Wade. He signed Wade. Again, let him go, but it was all part of the culture problems. What else did Buster? He signed Verlander for $15 million. Okay.
Against nobody. Verlander had no other offers.
Yeah. And then he signed
Melvin the extra year.
Yeah. Who cares? That's the manager. You can get rid of that. So you got Melvin, but you got, I'm trying to think of some other thing. Well, Adames look, at the time, I think most of us got excited with the Adames signing because it was like we knew he wasn't going to have a year like he did last year, but nobody thought he
You
would.
said it, Dan. Expect a huge downfall.
Yeah, I didn't expect this huge. I thought 85, 90 RBIs, 23 homers. Well, I think he's going to get those 23. He's at 19. So he's going to get the 23 to 25 homers. There's 40 games left, roughly, right? Yeah, something like that. 40. Yeah.
Will Casey even get 50 RBIs? Is he like at 46?
Casey Schmidt? No, he's in the 20s.
No, I mean, not Casey. I mean,
Chapman? He's at like 44. Yeah.
God, if he doesn't get 50 RBIs, you can hear all the excuses, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Dan, I personally think this team is so stuck that Buster's going to have to make a major trade that probably half the fans are going to be against. It's going to be like the Giants of old, because if not, with all these big contracts, I think we're stuck with what we have. I think the Giants are lucky they have guys like Casey that don't make much money. They have two young pitchers that don't make much money. What's the name at first base doesn't make much money. Dominic. And then you look, Ramos doesn't make much money. The Giants are lucky they're not in worse situations financially.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the Giants, with Schmidt, wonder if Schmidt's going to be down for a while or not. Do they try and get a spark, you think, by bringing up Eldridge this weekend? They can play him for the rest of the season, just keep his at-bats under 130, and he still a rookie for next year and gets a little bit of experience of major league pitching, see what it's like, what he's got to work on in the offseason, realize, oh, wow.
Is he strictly going to be a DH? Because you're going to have your hottest hitter then not in the lineup.
Who's that?
Where are you going to put Eldridge?
Oh, Eldridge will have to be first base or DH, and you'll just have to spot play Smith. Smith's not long-term answer to this team.
I understand that, but he's our best hitter right now. Well, the season's over, so it doesn't really matter.
The season's over. He's not the long-term answer. So you got to start thinking long-term.
No, I agree.
That's why I was so against Yaz for the whole season and not Matos, because we knew Yaz was not part of the future.
Dan, will you, if they sign Yaz back, is NorCal still going to be existing, or is that it? Is that the last straw?
Yeah, I might be in prison.
Okay.
Or
it becomes the SoCal Sports Network.
Yeah, because this is something the Giants would probably. Sounds like the Giants. We needed a right fielder. Yaz was so good here. He gave us prospects, and we're gonna get him back one more year. It's only $8 million.
There's no way. It will not happen. It cannot happen.
These are the Giants. Nothing like it.
Take a look real quick at the standings, guys. The Giants are only 5 back, but they have to jump 1, 2, 3. They have to jump 4 teams to get into the wild card. And the Marlins are right on their tail. The Braves could catch them the way the Braves are starting to play.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You remember last year the Diamondbacks came – was it the Diamondbacks or the Padres? Who was it that went on a –
No, it was Arizona 2 years ago. They went on that incredible run when they went to the World Series.
Yeah, but no, somebody else caught the Giants at the end last year too, I thought. Anyway.
It's tough to think about because you're like, okay, well, if they win 10 out of 12, they could be right back in it. They can't even win 1.
Yeah, let's get this 10 out of 12 out of the way.
Look at their record at home, by the way. They're 29-32 at home. Oh, their run differential. They're -9 now.
-9. You remember?
-7.
Yeah. Remember we talked about that?
Wow. I don't know how they're – yeah. I looks to me like the Diamondbacks lost tonight to Colorado. So they had a chance to, really put, playing Colorado. But Cincinnati looks like they might be the team that gets that third wild card because the Mets pitching is horrendous. they keep blowing big leads. And
we predicted it 2 weeks ago, Dan. You remember I kept telling you, watch Cincinnati. Oh, my God.
Let's look at the Mets box score again, because they score runs in bunches. Tonight, the Mets.
They were up, 6-3?
Let's see. The Mets had a 3-2 lead. They were down 4-3, 6-3 lead. Yeah. But they blow it every night. And Helsley, their pitcher that they traded for, hasn't been able to get more than one out the last 2 games. He's given up so many. He's just getting bombed. So I don't know, guys. But you know what? We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll come back for some more.
And when we need time, we can always see the Giants, how the players that we signed early in the year are doing with the other teams. All these great guys like Yaz, how he's doing. Lamont, he's at the grocery store bagging stuff because, he was a great player we couldn't get rid of. We'll see how our great pitching Duvall's doing in New York. We'll see the guys that we had to have, how they're doing with these other teams. When people complain, you guys traded Harrison, what are you doing? Yeah, the guy's still in the minors. Thanks, guys.
Look, we want to talk positive. There's got to be something to talk positive about. But to keep our sanity, we got to have a little bit of fun.
Humor.
So what kind of fun do we like to have, Lou? 62 and 100. 62 and 100.
What's the magic number to get that, Dan? 100. Are we going to put it behind you like we had the coffin last year for Farhan?
We need 37 more losses.
Right,
out of 40. 37 out of 40. I don't think it's going to be that bad. But you know what? We do have I'd say you have a decent shot of getting to 90.
That's what
to go 90, they would have to win. They're 59. They would have to win 72. They'd have to go 13 and 27.
You got to remember, what are they now? 1 and 13 in their last 14 at home? Is that how bad it's gotten?
I think so. Maybe one more now.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. The music's coming on, guys.
The band. At least they're still with us. Well, they're part of the union. They have to show up.
We'll be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. No, not 8 o'clock. Giants play at 6:05. So probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock tomorrow night, guys. Giants take on the Rays again in Game 2. Pitching tomorrow for the San Francisco Giants
Verlander
will be, is it?
The $15 million man.
Oh, Andrew Hauser versus Justin Aslander. Okay, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, everybody. Torture again tomorrow, baby. Yeah, how did they get Devers and have no major injuries and everything hits the bed this bad? I don't know, man. Really strange. Really strange. But guys, we're only weeks away from NFL football, so hang in there. Hang in there.
Niners, Raiders tomorrow.
Yeah, we got Niners coming, so all is not over. But we'll be back tomorrow night, guys. 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever the final pitch is, we'll be on within 5 minutes. So everybody have a great Saturday. Take care. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. We really appreciate it. Take care, everybody.